In 2007, Kansas football had its best season ever, finishing 12-1 and winning the Orange Bowl. In the 13 seasons since then, they have won 34 games. That's an average of 2.6 wins per season. Kansas hasn't won more than 3 games in a season since 2009. In that 2009 season, they won each of their first 5 games to start off 5-0. They then proceeded to lose each of their last 7 games, finished 5-7, and missed out on making a bowl game. In 5 of the last 12 seasons, Kansas has failed to win a single conference game in the Big 12. In each of the other 7 seasons, they got exactly 1 conference win. The Jayhawks have not won multiple conference games in 1 year since 2008. In 2015, Kansas had one of its worst years ever, losing every game they played to go 0-12 on the season. This is the only time in the past decade that a Power 5 team went 0-12, and only the 3rd time it's ever happened. In the final 6 games of this 2015 season, the Jayhawks were outscored by their opponents 296-68. This included a 3-game stretch where they lost to Oklahoma State 58-10, then lost to Oklahoma 62-7, then lost to Texas 59-20. That makes for a combined score total of 179-37. Also in this season, Kansas's offense turned the ball over more often than they scored a touchdown. They scored 21 touchdowns on offense and had 24 turnovers. They had 3 different quarterbacks who threw at least 1 touchdown that year. However, they had 5 different quarterbacks who threw at least 1 interception. One of those quarterbacks was TJ Millweird, who threw 1 pass the entire year, and it was intercepted. Other notable results from this year included a 41-38 loss in the first game of the season to South Dakota State, who plays in the FCS division. It's rare for an FCS team to beat a Power 5 team, but for Kansas, this wasn't even the first time in the 2010s that an FCS team had beaten them, nor would it be the last time. They lost previously to North Dakota State in 2010, and then to Nicholls State in 2018. Since the year 2000, Kansas has had just 18 of their players get drafted into the NFL. This is less than schools such as Louisiana Tech, Temple, Connecticut, Hawaii, and Fresno State. Every year, Kansas and their in-state rival Kansas State play each other for the Governor's Cup. Kansas has lost this matchup every year for 12 years running. 7 of those 12 losses have been by 28 points or more. In 2018, the Kansas basketball team had an average attendance of 16,300, which is 100% of its maximum capacity. In the same year, the Kansas football team had an average attendance of 19,400, which is 41% of its maximum capacity. In 2020, Kansas again had a winless year, this time going 0-9 in a COVID-shortened season. For this season, the Jayhawks had an average point differential of -30. This is the worst point differential of any Power 5 team in the last 8 years, with the lone exception of one team which had an average point differential of -33. That team was 2015 Kansas. According to ESPN's Football Power Index, Kansas will have the 3rd toughest schedule in the entire country in the upcoming 2021 season. Vegas Insider has listed Kansas's over-under win total for this season at 1 win, the lowest in all of FBS football.